What's up guys, it is Cheyenne and I am back to talk about my choice for my 2024 ASA bow. You can probably tell already which bow that is. It is sitting right behind me and the hat probably gave it away. But I know in my last video I told you guys I had multiple options that I was shooting and messing around with different setups, different equipment, and seeing what I wanted to run this year. I will be going down to Fort Benning in 5 or 6 days. So I wanted to get this video out there for you guys because I'm going to be shooting this bow a lot and I want to be able to post it and have you guys know what I'm talking about. So my main objective for this video is just to run you guys through what equipment I did decide to run, how I have my bow set up, etc., and why I chose the Mathews Title to be my bow for 2024. So without further ado, let's get into it. So without further ado, let's grab her so I can show you guys what I got going on. So here she is. This is my Title. It is in all white. I thought that I'd be able to do any string color I want with that color, so that is what I went with. You can already tell what the color scheme is on this bad boy. Are we surprised? Probably not. So I want to go over the equipment that I chose for this bow and just show you guys what I've got going on. This is the heaviest bow I've ever run in my entire life. Last year I didn't have a whole ton of weight on my setups, and then Tim and everybody else was like, girl, you need to put more weight on that bow, it will really help you. I wasn't strong enough to hold the bow up. I was not in shooting shape. I was just too weak. In all honesty, my shoulders were too weak. So I've been making it a point to load this bow up and force myself to shoot hundreds of freaking arrows a day and just force myself to get into shooting shape. And I gotta say, it's been working. My shoulders have been sore. You guys have probably seen me wearing my ice packs and everything. I do get tendonitis in this arm, so I usually ice wrap it at night and just compress it for a little bit, and it usually does the trick. I'm definitely still sore right now. But I'm about to go shoot after this video again anyways, because we don't have time to slack off. I need to continue to get myself into shape right up until this tournament. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Overall, I weighed this bow with the Last Chance scale. It does weigh close to 8 pounds with everything on it, with my bars and everything. So for me, that's a heavy setup. That's a good amount of weight for my frame and my build to be shooting, so I'm really proud of myself for getting to the point where I can hold this bow really well. Like, my pin, when it settles, is on. The only time I make a bad shot is when it's me just jinxing myself and getting in my head and I yank the shot and basically sabotage myself. But when I am settled in and executing my shots the way I'm supposed to, the pin holds, the bow does its job. Right now, the last step for me is just balancing out my back bars and just getting it to where I have the right amount of lean that I can push into to be a little bit steadier. That is a tip that my friend Hunter just gave me, so thank you, Hunter. I'm going to go do that hopefully today. So that's kind of my last step, is just getting my bubble to be consistent and sit right for me and the way that I execute my shots. Other than that, though, I have it pretty much set where I want it, so I'm going to run you guys through what equipment I have on here and my thought processes behind everything, and yeah. Okay, so first things first, we'll go over my sight. Usually I am running a CBE Axis sight on pretty much every one of my bows. The only reason I'm not running that sight on this bow in particular is because I wanted to use the bridge lock feature to just see how it would balance, how it would feel. And I really like it. I couldn't run the Axis through the bridge lock. It was too sloppy. It was just too loose. It's a great side mount sight, but it just isn't great for the bridge lock. I'm sure they'll come out with some kind of adapter for that in the near future. But for now, I have my Excel Achieve XP on here with my AVX 31mm scope. I also have a 4-power lens in here, and then I am running a Hamskea Insight Peep system, so I do also have an A- clarifier in here as well, which seems to work really well for me. New addition to my bow this year. This is something that people kept telling me that I needed last year at all the tournaments, and they were like, I can't believe that you don't have one of these, like you need to hop on and get one. And that would be the Elvish Tack sight light. So I didn't have any form of sight light last year, and it definitely screwed me over on some shots. So I'm super stoked about this. Look how freaking clean that is. He actually taught me exactly how to wire this. I took out from my ring right here, so I ran my fiber out. So usually there's 3 loops around my housing. I took a fiber out and then I ran it through the front side of my mount right there on the yoke system. And then I ran it through all the way out, snipped it off, and then ran my light in right here. So basically the light goes directly into my fiber, and then my pin is the only thing that lights up, and it's not like a whole light in my whole housing. So it is fantastic. It's really cool. It gets really bright. So I'm stoked to have this year. I think it's going to help me a ton. And of course, you know, I need to have a clean setup, so I made sure to run the wiring back through my mount right here, and then I ran it back around, hooked it in right there. So I basically got it as clean as I possibly could. It's beautiful and it's functional, and I'm so satisfied with it. So that is my site set up right now. So overall, I am super happy with the way I have my site set up right now. It's sitting at about my 50 mark at the moment. I know it's super low down on my rail, but that's as far as I could put my rail down. So that's kind of where I have to run it. I get plenty of clearance, so I'm really not worried about it too much. But overall, everything's good. I have all my axes set. I do want to double check my third out in the field. I like to shoot in my third. That's the best way to possibly do it. I usually get it set with my Hamskea tool first, then I go check it outside. So I do still have to do that. But other than that, that's about where I'm going to run my sight. That's where it ended up with the torque tune and everything, and how it sits with my light. So I'm happy with that. Probably not going to mess with that too much more. Moving on, we now have my rest. So as you guys know, I run Hamskea rests on all of my bows. I usually run the Trinity Target Pro for Target, but I have a bunch of those and they all ended up on different bows when I first started this process of like seeing what bow I wanted to shoot. So I actually am not running that rest on this bow. I have the Epsilon on here. This rest does have, This rest does have the target conversion, so you guys can see there's actually a little lizard tongue on there. And then it does have the core mount as well, so it's integrated about as tight as I can get it on my Mathews. Overall, I really, really like this rest. Again, I would have put the Trinity Pro on it had I known sooner, but I had already had this bow shooting well, very forgiving. I had it tuned well, so I was like, I'm not going to take the last week I have before this tournament to change out rests and mess with that all over again. So this is the rest that's staying on it for now. I do tie a Prusik knot rather than using the little clamp that comes with it. I just like the ability to slide this up and down if I really need to, but when it is tightened all the way down and I'm shooting, I do tie another knot over and under just to keep it from moving. But that is just what I like to do. I'm a fan of knots. If I need to fix it in the field, I can. And then down here, I just run like a little bit of a D-loop style knot, if you guys can see that. And then it just runs around onto my limb pad right here. So that's how I have my rest set up. Obviously, my damper is pretty far down. I prefer it to be closer to the limb. For now, that's what we're going to run. I've got it backed out a little bit. I've got it pretty forgiving where it's at. So again, after this tournament, when I have more time to spend with this bow, I will probably play around with that and maybe put the Trinity Target Pro on there. But for now, this is what we're doing. Moving on from that, we have my stabilizers. So obviously I'm running Bee Stinger stabilizers. These are what I run on every bow, whether it's hunting or competition, it does not matter. I love my Bee Stinger bars forever and always. These are the Micro Hex target bars that I'm actually running this year. Last year I ran the Premier Plus. They were just a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier than the Micro Hex bars as far as the bar itself goes. And I really wanted to be able to slim down the weight and the dynamics of the bar itself so that I could put more weight on the ends. It's not a big change, but it's enough for me. They cut wind a little bit better. So if I'm just being finicky, I like these bars a little better than the Premier Plus just for my setup and what I'm doing. So I do have a 24-inch on the front this year. So last year I was shooting a 27-inch, and that just ended up being a little bit too much bar for me. I just felt like I had a little too much wag. I just couldn't get comfortable with it. It was too much. The 24 is working out perfectly for me on pretty much any bow that I put it on. I don't know if it's just relation to my draw length and everything like that, but it just fits me better, and I feel like I can shoot my bow better and aim better with the 24. So that's what I'm running. It has about 8 ounces on the front, and then on the back I have two 12-inch V-bars on the back side. Other than that, that is my sight, rest, and my bars. Obviously I said I'm running the Hamskea Insight Peep system. I do have an A- clarifier in here to go off of my 4-power lens over here. And then last but not least, I also have Mad Goat custom bowstrings, so you guys can see the little logo right here. So these are Mad Goat. These are by Justin and Tim. Really, really love these strings. I've had nothing but good things to say about them. I've had no problems, no tuning issues. Peep rotation is very minimal, if any. Really not a problem that I have to deal with. It stays in one spot. It's very consistent. I don't see my Peep trying to turn on me the more I shoot. Timing hasn't gone out, so overall 10 out of 10 on the strings. I really, really like them. They've worked out really well for me. So other than the equipment that I have on this bow, I just want to tell you guys how I have it set up, like my specs. Right now I have it set at 26 inches, 75% let off, and I have it backed out to about 45 pounds on the dot. So they are 50-pound modules because they are the switch weight mods, but they only go down to 50 for the target line, so I did have to back it out to 45 by taking a turn out of my top and bottom. My goal is to shoot the full 50 pounds by Coleman, which is the last shoot of the year in Alabama. So by the end, my goal is to shoot the full 50, so I am really, really working hard on that. For reference, by the way, before you all come for my life about my draw weight, I weigh 108 pounds, okay? So 50 pounds on a draw for me is nearly half my body weight. I'm just putting that out there. That's a decent bit of weight, and then to add to that the mass weight of the bow as well. This bow is pretty large for me. I mean, you guys are seeing not even half of this bow. It goes down past my knee as far as length goes, so size ratio wise she's a little bit big, but I've been shooting it pretty well and I've been getting stronger in the process. Overall, the reason that I went with the title in the first place, I'm not signed with anybody, so I can say what I want. I will let you guys know that. I'm not paid to say any of this. None of these brands pay me. Literally none of them. I don't get a check. I get paid nothing from social media. I work with brands that I like, and I work with brands that I trust and I use. So when I give you guys an opinion, it is an unbiased opinion. When I give you guys an opinion, I am not being bought out. I am not being paid to say it. And I take pride in that because 99% of the people that you watch on YouTube either have partial ownership in the brand that they're promoting, or they get paid a fat check every month or every year or every 3 months, depending on their contract term, to say the things that they're saying to you, to sell you those products. I'm not. I'm unbiased. There's a couple other influencers that are unbiased as well. Try to find those guys, because I can tell you right now, half the stuff you're being sold online by these influencers, it's paid for, and they actually don't have that opinion or necessarily love that product more than another. They're just paid to say it. So all in all, aside from my rant about all of that stuff, the reason that I decided to go with the title and not the Elite or the Darton was just the way that I could distribute the weight and get this bow to hold at long range. So at 20 yards, the Elite honestly was holding better at first. I was shooting it better inside. And then I went outside and I started playing around with how much weight I could put on it, and I think my only thing with my Elite is that it is a carbon bow, and that carbon riser just can't handle as much weight on it as the aluminum risers can. It's just not built to be a target bow, it's built to be a light setup, and if you get too light, you can't hold as well at long range, and I went too light on it. I probably should have gone with one of their aluminum bows like the Kairos or the Ethos. And that's something that I'm thinking about trying out for one of the next shoots. I'm not saying that this is the only bow I'm ever going to shoot ever again. The reason that I like the Elites so much is because of the adjustability on the cams. So with Mathews, they obviously have the switch weight mods, and they are all mod specific. So if you want to change your draw length, draw weight, or percent let off, you have to get a new set of mods. And that system is really efficient. It has its perks. However, For whatever reason, they still don't offer 1/4 inch draw adjustment, and I do fall in that weird 1/4 inch increment. So I really like my Elites because I'm able to set it to the 1/4 inch draw. That is also something that Bowtech offers as well. I just think, and actually Hoyt this year also came out with cams that can be adjusted by the 1/4 inch. So Mathews is now one of the few brands that don't offer that. I'm hoping that they come out with something like that soon, but I could see that being a pain in the butt. Like I said, having to make every 1/4 inch draw in every weight increment and every let off, that's a lot of mods. So I get it, I understand what they're doing. But that is my one gripe with this bow and why I hung it up in the first place for so long and didn't shoot it, because I needed to order like 5 different sets of mods. Dude, I went through 5 sets of mods just trying to figure out my draw length, holding weight, all that stuff on this bow. That's a lot of waiting, that's a lot of mods, and it's kind of annoying. I probably should have just ordered them all right off the bat, but I didn't know what I needed, so that's why this bow hung up for so long. I finally found the right mods for me, and they were 50 pounds, back down to 45, 75% let off at 26 inches, and now this bow is shooting great, so I figured it out. So I will give that to the Elites right off the bat. Their cam system is so adjustable. I could adjust all of my let off right on that cam. I had 5 different post settings for my limb stop, so I could get the exact hard back wall feel that I wanted, or I could take out the limb stop altogether and have a soft feel. Completely up to me. So I could adjust my back wall feel, I could adjust my let off, 1/4 inch draw adjustment as well. And all of that adjustability right on the cam made it so that when I was shooting and I said, hey, I need a little more holding weight, or hey, I want a little harder back wall feel for this release, I could do it right then and there and keep shooting and get that change immediately rather than having to order a new part and wait and try to figure it out and play a guessing game on what I needed. So I will say, as far as the adjustability goes, the Elite is probably less efficient by a little bit than this mod system, but it is more adjustable on the spot, and I really appreciated that and I like that. So I'm not counting Elite out in the future for target or for even hunting or anything like that. I think they make a great bow. It's just for here right now, the carbon bow just didn't work out for what I was doing. The Darton, I really didn't get time to shoot. So I'll be honest with you guys, right off the bat, I was just trying to get a cam lean out of it, and I have really struggled to get that bow to tune the way I wanted to tune. And I think it's because I'm just really unfamiliar with the Darton system. It's very different from the other bows that I have. They have a different yoke splitting system, and overall, just the string set and everything is just, it's different. And I just wasn't quite confident and comfortable enough to get it tuned where I wanted it. And I would like to set it up and shoot it because I think it is a shooter. I just have to get there and I need to learn the bow more, and that's on me. And that's something that I will learn and figure out and try. So Darton is not counted out of the race whatsoever. I didn't have time for this. For this shoot in particular, I needed to make a choice. I needed to make it fast, and I needed to get my bow set up, and I need to shoot. So all in all, the bow that I had the most confidence in tuning, the bow that I had set up the best, the bow that I had holding the best at 50 yards, ended up being my title, and that is what I'm going to shoot. And we'll see how I do, because if I do decently well with this bow, then I would like to stick with it for the year and see what I could do if I just continue to finite tune and pin down every little aspect of it and spend a lot of time with it, because that is something I have never done with a target bow. I have never taken my time and actually focused on one bow for more than about a week. And even this bow, I've only been focused on for like a week and a half. So, with that being said, you could see me shooting this bow for some time. I'll probably set my TRX up as a backup bow. I just have to get some equipment on it. It won't be coming with me to this shoot. I don't have time. But all in all, I do plan on setting that bow up as a backup in the future. So for now, Team Mathews it is for ASA this year for me. You guys probably saw that one coming. I swear to God, I am not biased. I am not paid. I'm not signed. Nothing. This is just the bow I ended up liking, so this is what I'm going to shoot. If you've ever had any doubts about shooting target, stop doubting it. I swear to God, they are the nicest people. Honestly, I have had more people hate on me and try to kick me out of the industry, in the hunting industry, than I ever have in target. I have never once, not once, have I ever met a target shooter at a tournament or in any aspect, social media, anything, that has tried to dissuade me from shooting target or has hated on me or told me I'm not capable. The only thing that target shooters have ever done is give me advice, help me when I need it, very politely, never coming at me. And all they've wanted to do is see me do well and help me get to that next level. And honestly, I can't say that about the hunting industry. All of the hate that I've received has been from the hunting industry. And I'm not saying that I don't like the hunting industry. I have plenty of good people that I've met in that world too, but I'm just saying, if you are a hunter or just an archer who hunts a little bit here and there, and you're scared to try target archery because you think people are going to be judgmental, if you can deal with the people in the hunting industry, you can 100% deal with the people in the target industry. You will love them. They will be your best friend. They are so welcoming and nice, and they want to help you. If you ask for help, you will get it. They are not stingy on information. They want to see you do well, and we want to see the sport grow. That's why. We want more people to shoot targets, so why would we try to dissuade you or be rude to you or hate on you? I still have love for a lot of people in the hunting industry that have helped me a ton and have been really great and welcoming. I'm not saying that it's everybody in that industry. I'm just saying if there is one side or another that's going to be more hateful or try to push you out more, unfortunately, it's the hunting side. I'm calling it how it is. It's unfortunate and it shouldn't be that way, and I would love to change that, and I try to change that. So I'm just saying, if you've ever thought about it, there's tons of state, local ASA shoots. Go to your state, even on Facebook, most of them have groups. Go on your Facebook, type in Illinois State ASA, Iowa State ASA. Whatever state you're in, your state, and then type the word state, and then ASA. And I guarantee there's probably a Facebook page with a ton of listings of all the events and stuff they're going to do. Get into shooting the state level first, and then when you see how fun it is and how cool the people are, I guarantee you're going to want to go to a national shoot because it's even better and it's even more fun, and you're going to love it. So please try it. At least one shoot. Do it for me. Just try one. If you really don't like it and it's not for you, I get it, but you never know. It might change your life. You might love it. You might be obsessed with it, and you might be like me and want to go to everyone and just absolutely adore everybody and have a great time. So, and if you go to the national shoots, then we can hang out. So I'm just saying, I'm bribing a little bit, but I'm just saying, I think that you should all try it. It's really great. I feel more welcome in that industry than anything else, to be honest with you. But that's just how it is, and people have that backwards a lot and think that it's the target world that's snippy and is going to try to push you out, and it's just not. So I'm just shooting you guys straight. I'm being honest with you. We will welcome you with open arms. There's no hate over here, and if there is, they are just a sad person, and you're going to have that anywhere, but 99% of us want to see you there. We want you to come hang out and enjoy Target. Thank you guys again for 100K. Thank you guys again for watching this video, and if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so and stay tuned because I am going to be posting much more when I get more time. I've just been a little strapped for time lately. That is all I have for you guys today. Please say goodbye to my beautiful ASA bow. Hopefully I have good news for you guys in about a week. We'll see how it goes. Not going to put too much pressure on myself. It is only my second year ever shooting target. I'm going to remind you guys of that. So I'm still a baby. I'm a target baby, but I'm trying, and that is what counts, and I have fun doing it, and I love it. So I'm doing the best I can, and I'll see what I can do for you guys, but that is all I have for you today. So thank you for tuning in. I love all of you, and stay tuned on my Instagram because I am doing a giveaway for 100K. I've partnered with some of my favorite brands, and I'm going to be giving one lucky person a huge bundle of Target stuff to help you get started in the Target industry. So I'm not just all talk. I want to help you do it. I want to see you get there. So head over to my Instagram, check out the details on my giveaway post, enter, and maybe I'll see one of you guys on the range very shortly. Alrighty, thank you guys.